Hey, it's Matt, and if you didn't know already, I'm here to help people get what they want. Now, you've seen the title of this video, the real virus that's been going around for a long, long time, that's going to kill more dreams and desires than anything else out there. Again, date and time of recording, 24th of April 2020, 3 p.m. exactly. The time's just changed to 3 p.m. exactly. Coronavirus is still all around the world, shutting down a lot of businesses, a lot of lives, slowing us all down, holding a lot of people back. Okay? Well, I say slowing us all down, it's actually, for me, it's enabling me to speed up and do even more of what I absolutely love to do. But that's another story for another day. Yes, coronavirus is everywhere, but what is the biggest, baddest virus that I know of and I've personally experienced and every now and again still experience? It's called imposter syndrome. Now, if you didn't know what imposter syndrome is, I just want to explain quickly from my point of view, what imposter syndrome is and why it holds so many people back. So let's say you set a goal or intention or a dream or desire. You want to earn more money. You want to get into a relationship and find your soulmate. You want to get the body that you've always wanted, right? And you set that dream and desire, okay? Or you want to start a business, right? And then you get all excited and motivated and like, yeah, I'm going to go and do it. And then something happens. Maybe you do it for an hour, a week, a day, a week, a month, maybe even a year, maybe a couple of years. But then you might self-sabotage and return back to where you were before. So in terms of getting the body that you want, you might join a gym, lose some weight, start getting into shape and then do something to self-sabotage. You might think of it like starting a business, so you do some research, you start creating maybe the website or something, or you start putting some stuff out there, and then you find yourself procrastinating, going back into old habits of like scrolling or wasting time or going out socializing more than you would do. Or you want to find your soulmate, so you maybe get on the dating scene, you start downloading some apps, maybe talking to some people, and then something happens and it doesn't transpire, doesn't come through, and you don't get married and live happily ever after. I can list all the examples out there, but basically, the reason why most people hit the proverbial glass ceiling or self-sabotage is because they're holding on to the old identity, the old story of themselves. Okay? And imposter syndrome basically says, no, you are not the person you want to be. You're the person that you don't want to be. You're overweight, you're unhealthy, you're poor, you're ugly, bad personality, you've got nothing going for you. You haven't got the skills, you haven't got the knowledge, you haven't got the experience, especially when it comes to like starting businesses and stuff. You haven't got the experience. So how dare you do any of that stuff? And then it's a subconscious thing that if you don't listen to it, if you're not aware of it, and then you end up holding yourself back and you don't go and do the thing that you really want to do. And then you get frustrated with yourself, and then you get annoyed with yourself, then you get angry with yourself, then you feel a bit of guilt because you should be doing that, and then you're not, and then you're going to do something else, and then your soul, it kind of deflates your soul a little bit because you know what you should be doing, you really want to do, but you're not, and you... That's my take on what imposter syndrome is. It's the thing that gets in the way between where you are and where you want to be. Imposter syndrome comes up for you. Okay? I've experienced that myself. My clients experience it on a regular basis. That's why they come to me, because we're basically just moving imposter syndrome out of the way so that we can step into who and what we really want to be, what we want to do, what we want to have. From personal experience, what it's looked like for me is I have this vision for my life, and then here's the secrets revealed, okay, of how I operate, how I use the law of attraction manifestation, how I always get what I want, is I have this vision for my life, in every area of my life, whether it's body, finances, relationships, parenting, free time, sports, inner peace of my inner world, basically every area of my life, like my mindset, looks, just like everything, living arrangements, everything. I have all these visions for my life, right? And they change. They change. But what happens is I have this vision for my life. Then, next step is I'm shown the inspired next... I get inspired next steps. I get shown the next steps, whether it's intuition or whatever you want to call it. I get shown the next steps, okay? They get revealed to me because I'm open to receiving them, and they get revealed to me, right? One of two things will happen. One, I'll take the next step and do the thing. 2, I won't take the next step. I won't do the thing. And I'll delay the getting of the vision that I have for that particular area of my life. Okay? It showed up for me almost every single day before I do this YouTube video. Imposter syndrome shows up every single day. Why and how? Right? It's not about why, but how does it show up? It comes up and goes, how dare you make a video on this, that, or the other when you're not qualified, you're not experienced, you haven't got it, you're out of integrity, you're breaking the ethical code. How dare you? That's what it shows up as. But that's only my old story of who I was and not the identity that fits into the vision I have for myself. So I get to go, thank you very much. I hear you. Shut the fuck up. Because that's not who I am. Who I am is this vision that I have for myself. That's who I am. And when I go, that's who I am, rather than old version of me, and I say, no, future version of me is who I really am, I'm going to embody that and step into that, imposter syndrome just goes. Because I embody that. So, for example, this area of my life, I had a vision that I was a YouTube creator. Right? I had that vision that one part of my life is YouTube creator, okay? Creating videos, helping people get what they want, all right? Let's start making videos, okay? It's easy for the first couple of days because you're excited and you're on that treadmill, conveyor belt, whatever you want to call it, of like excitement, you're rolling through that. Then the excitement kind of wears down, and then ego pops up and goes, hang on a minute, it's like a rubber band, like pulling, and then sometimes it snaps and you're free, but sometimes it contracts back down. That's where most people are. They expand, and then they pull back in. They don't realize that at that most painful part of expansion, they're just about to, like, the band snaps, and then they whoosh, and they're off. It happens around day 3, day 4, up to day 7 when it comes to a new thing that you don't usually do. Could be a new relationship, could be new habits with like gym and stuff and eating healthy, could be creating a business. Most of the time, imposter syndrome shows up as like the creating the business thing and stepping into something completely new, completely different. If you've had the identity of employee before and then you go into boss, it like first couple of days excited and just like, yeah, let's go for it. And then this imposter syndrome comes in and goes, hang on a minute, you're not a business owner, you're an employee. That's who we are. That's where the comfort zone is. That's what we're used to. That's what we know. We're not this, we're not a business owner. And then a lot of people contract to go, oh yeah, you're right, I am an employee, I'll go back to looking for work. And then their dream dies, and then they just go through life hating themselves because they never really kept going until that band snapped, and then they were off into the business owner or whatever you want to call it. So that's what imposter syndrome is. It kills so many dreams, but it's just a thought. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. It's just the ego. It's just the old identity trying to hold on to the last little bit of what it knows before you're free and you go and step off into the vision that you have for your life. So now, how do you break through that? Well, every day you practice holding on to the vision of your life. Every single day, you practice holding on to you have that clear vision of your life, for what you want your life to look like, what you want you to look like, how you want to feel on a daily basis. And you hold on to that and you tune into that and you come home to that and you feel into that and you imagine it and you journal about it and you meditate on it and you just imagine that that's your life, and you come from that place rather than trying to get to it from the old identity of who you were and who you're trying to let go of. I think that's it today. I haven't got nothing else with that one. Let me see if anything else is coming through. Imposter syndrome. Anything else that the viewer needs to hear on imposter syndrome? It's a made-up thing. It's not real. You can't touch it. You can't touch it. Like, I can touch this t-shirt, so I know this is here. Imposter syndrome isn't real. It's something that we just made up. It's just there. It's just part of us that we get to recognize, we get to step back from, we get to witness, be the witness of it, not become it, but be the witness of it and go, oh, interesting, I'm having those thoughts again that I'm not good enough. I'm going to get found out, right? That's the thing with imposter syndrome is I'm going to get found out. That's the biggest fear, is like, I can't go into that because I'm going to get found out. But when you go, hang on a minute, it doesn't matter if I get found out. I can't get found out for anything because that's the vision that I have for my life. And if someone says, hey, you're not quite that yet, you can go, yeah, you're right. I'm not quite that yet, but I'm working towards it. And if they're judging you, it's only a reflection on them judging themselves anyway, because all judgment is just projection on self, judgment of self. That's it. So you no longer need to fear the judgment of others, because any judgment from anybody else is just projection from them onto you about them. There you go. Knowledge bomb dropped for you today. That's all I've got for you today. If you find any of this valuable and you feel like you want to give back, you want to make a donation to the channel, there's a link somewhere near this video where you can make a donation. The link will be paypal.me/Coach Matt Smith. Feel free to come and join me on the socials. I'd love to connect with you over there. Again, all the links are somewhere around here. If you've got any questions, let me know. That is it for today, and I will speak to you soon.